You think your school's got more ups than anybody else. So therefore, what you've done is you've gone out and you've taken a simple random sample of 20 people, possibly. And out of your simple random sample of 20 people, you found that the average X bar, that the average height of the vertical leap was 15.8 inches.
Big. He's tall, he's got a big voice, big personality, very energy. When you think of Mr. Dredge, you think energy. And that energy has never waned. I mean, 1983, he had energy. Today, he's got energy.
He's always like jumping around, like almost like he's like jump roping, but without like a jump rope. I remember like from stats class.
It's factoring, a little bit of domain range from what I understand. Domain, simple, it's the questions. Come in with the X, the range, that's the answers. Pretty simple, that XY thing. Don't know what's on the quiz, but come on, I know you got it. Factoring, it's just nice.
A ball of joy, just pure light. When I was asked if I wanted to participate in this, all I wanted to say is life is good, because that was his mantra.
He brought that same energy day in, day out, whether it was a game, a practice, and then later on I got to see as a student in the classroom, and that's really who he is. And that's impressive to be able to do that at all times, in all settings, regardless of what may be affecting you, even as an adult outside of your professional life. And that was always inspiring to me, to be able to wear a hat like that and do good things and give off that type of energy.
He'll light up a room because he's always has to be the guy that's got to make everybody feel at ease and comfortable.
He's one of the most magical people to work with because you just feel like whatever you're doing it right, and you're not sure why you feel that way.
He connects with his team, he connects with his students. I think everybody that's met him would say the same thing.
About 10 foot tall and full of energy. Can't miss him.
When the bell rings, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you out in the hall. And if you got something that's going on or there's something exciting, we'll just talk about it and we'll engage. And I think at the end of the day, if I can get you to talk about A, B, and C, then I can teach you what supplementary angles are or hypothesis tests or any of the other stuff, because I already got you locked in. I got a connection with you. Mother's Day, we've been putting in the push. We got plans, everything. Faith, your name was in the paper today. It was for good things. It was indoor, it was in track. Brooke, what was the final score last night?
Mr. Dredge. Yes, it's definitely Mr. Dredge. I had Mr. Dredge, I think it was the 83-84 school year.
So I had him for geometry and AP stats, and then I would go to him all the time for any other math homework.
I had him down at Franklin from 79 to 80, and then when I moved up to South Campus, he followed me up there and I had him again.
For geometry, I think an algebra class, but math classes.
Mr. Dredge was my regular stats teacher and then advanced stats teacher shortly after that. And he is probably one of the inspirations for becoming a teacher later on in life. He has this bigger than life personality that just oozes positivity. You know, as a child, you don't realize this, but you just think teachers like that are just genuinely happy all the time. And as an adult, you think, oh, they must be putting on a face for you, that they can't possibly be that genuinely happy. And when I started working with Bill, no, he is legitimately that amazing.
That's why I couldn't find her out there. Happy Friday, everybody doing well? God, it's good to have Friday, isn't it? Here's a good question for you. How come it's easier to break something than it is to fix it? I screwed around in high school. When I got into college, I was afraid they were going to send me home because, I didn't know how to study or anything. And I liked math. I wasn't great at it, but I liked it. And I got a double major in math and PE. They asked me if I wanted a job. I said yes. I don't even know if I filled out anything personnel, any job app. Stuck around and never left.
He was
one of the best teachers that I've ever had. He was so happy all the time. I don't think I've ever seen him once get mad, like at anyone. He always was just so happy. Just he jumps all the time. He's always jumping in the hallways, in the classroom. Yeah, he was just a really good teacher.
So he was always right by my desk, and he'd always just be so jumpy and happy and excited, and he'd try to, I don't know if portray is the right word, but give it to everyone else. And if he saw someone in like a sad, upset, depressing mood, he'd try to uplift them as much as possible.
When I had him as a teacher, I found him to be overwhelmingly positive, to where it was, I was questioning whether it was authentic, but then after I'd graduated, I'd run into him a few times in the community, and I found out that no, that's him. He is a beacon of light.
Solomon! Wow, first one on. There's a pool behind you. Get the heck out of here. Yo, Zoe!
He was one of my favorite teachers, and I loved to just come to school knowing that I would have him. And like I said, my freshman year, I was so excited when I seen his name on my list for being my math teacher. So it's like, he's just been wonderful, and I'm sure he's helped a lot of students over the years.
He was really great for explaining how things work in words that kids understood. And now as an adult, I can really appreciate that. His spin, his take on how to explain really difficult mathematical topics is what makes him one of the best teachers, especially for those obscure topics like stats. That's a hard class to get a teenager to wrap their brain around, and he does a great job.
I think he's one of those people who found, one of the lucky people that found what he was supposed to be.
I said, I never had losses in the classroom. I said, today you were better, all right? But I'll just say, I wasn't ready today. And if I had a bad class, before I'd lose my stuff on the kids, I go, maybe I just wasn't locked in. Maybe I didn't organize myself. Maybe the worksheets were terrible, whatever it is. So, all right, we'll call today a draw. But tomorrow I'm coming loaded. I'm gonna be organized. Maybe I got a new seating chart. I'm gonna be ready, and I'm gonna win tomorrow. And usually that would work out for me. So we'll do it during the break. If not, I'm sorry. We're still gonna do it and have some fun up there for one. And if I get to come back and do it again, I'm all in. You know that. But you'll get it. I'll be careful when I go through it and make sure that you're comfortable with what we talked about. Jam it. Cool. Wouldn't it have been nice if someone would have told me to hit record? That would have been all right. Come on. Do. Ow! Yes!
I think the one time that I really got a kick out of was I was watching somebody playing tennis, and the parent goes, "Did you play at Harlem?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, was Bill your coach?" I said, "No, I was there before Bill." And they're like, "Wow." It was just a moment the parent was like, there was actually a time before Bill was coaching. I mean.
He was our tennis coach at the middle school, and then Marshall, Franklin, and Hoffman all got together and kind of practiced together. So I had the early Dredge. It was awesome.
Mr. Dredge was my coach. He started coaching me in 4th grade, all the way through high school.
Tennis, I assume.
Yes, tennis.
He was actually my tennis coach in 7th grade, in 8th grade, and then he got moved to the high school. Luckily, I graduated 8th grade, and I went to 9th grade, and he coached me 1 year in 9th grade. He became the varsity coach in my 10th grade, and I made varsity my sophomore year. So he was my coach for 6 years, and I still call him coach.
My brother forgot he also coached basketball, which we got to have him as freshman basketball players too.
Bill cut me from the 8th grade basketball team at Franklin.
It was a little bit of everything. I had Bill as a basketball coach my freshman year, back when our freshmen were still at the junior high campus. And he was also the voice of Harlem during my playing days on varsity basketball here at the high school. And then when I got into teaching and came back, I coached under him and with him.
Coaching. I coached directly with him as his assistant for about 4 or 5 years. So
he just has so much fun with it. You know, like he believes in the kids and inspires them to be better. And even on bad games or bad moments, you know, like when other people would go negative or get disappointed, he just sees all the positive, you know, and I would be ready to rip into some kids or whatever. And he's just like, they tried hard, didn't they? And I'm like, well, not enough, not, you know.
Bill's teams, they're always respectful. They're well prepared. Bill does a really good job of teaching the game of tennis, all the intricacies that go into that. And, you know, there are a lot of things that he does that I try to emulate with my teams.
You never felt like you were a bad player, even if you missed the ball. You know, he always gave you something positive to take away from it.
You know, when I was thinking about stories about Dredge, and there was not one moment where he ever yelled at us. Like, he was just always a happy guy. He was always so positive, but, you know, not so much the coaching philosophy, but he always made us feel pretty good. You know, tennis isn't one of those sports that's highly entertaining to many people, so when we'd be playing, it would just be our parents or maybe our grandparents watching, and he would still introduce us like it was a big basketball game, like the starting lineup, like, you know, number 1 doubles, Katie and Kelly, you know, doing his big voices. The other coach would feel kind of intimidated, like, I guess Natalie and Samantha are up.
I coach 2 sports every year, minimum. I always had basketball, and I always had tennis for a long, long time. Every opportunity, whether I did pep assemblies or did the incredible run of doing musicals. Got involved in the, with Sandy Kane. Good guy, I bet we did 15 different musicals back to back to back. And in the beginning, she found a way to sneak in the fact that she could get athletics and the arts together. She was pretty crafty. We were just like kids back then. It was so much fun. And they gave us a couple of spots where we actually had some real parts for a little bit. And the kids ate it up, and yeah, it's been fun. It's been a ton of fun things that we've done over the years.
Mr. Dredge always helped us out with our plays and things, and he would always play like the teacher roles or the old wise man roles, and he would always play them with a lot of comic effect. You know, he would always come in and be ready for any zany thing we'd ask him to do, whether it be a funny dance or wear a silly costume or something. And Dredge just can make an entrance funny. And he walked in with these plaid bell-bottom pants. And he was supposed to be like the hippie teacher, and you know the audience just lost it as soon as he walks in with this ridiculous costume. And he just owns it. He's not afraid to be the joke, and he's just very endearing about that, and that's nice. I think that's good for a teacher to not be so wrapped up in themselves, to be able to just let kids kind of enjoy that kind of silliness sometimes.
If she hits the ball to you and you hit it right back, and she hits it right to you, and you got to keep the ball up. If you miss that shot, the game's over. Right.
Are you like kidding me? Are you like
Brother!
Are you talking about
doing?
Oscar? Oscar's like my man.
Oh.
In tennis?
Right?
I'm amazed.
The energy and the passion that he brings to the things that he does here at Harlem, and you know, that's contagious, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to become a teacher myself.
He's just more of a community member than a teacher at this point. Just he knows everybody. He has that relationship with students that's just nobody can match. That's what I strive for, I guess.
When school's in session and you're on planning, sometimes it's nice to walk through the halls and hear everybody teaching, and the door is open, and you could always hear Bill.
I feel left out because I didn't have him as a teacher, but just knowing that I got to have the room across from him, which other people would probably be like, I'm so excited to do that because I can hear his voice and hear his lesson, and I don't know, it brings a warm smile to my heart.
Anytime you want to derail my class, it's open invitation.
Yeah, you know, I will miss the hello Hofbauer down the hall, and whether that enthusiasm and that sound of his voice and the friendly
smile and all of those things about him being such a positive person. I don't know that I know anybody who's more positive than Bill.
Everybody knows Dredge. Everybody has heard of Dredge. The first thing people say when you say anything about Harlem is, have you heard of Bill Dredge? Well, of course we've heard of Bill Dredge.
I mean, he just looks good in orange and black. I mean, and that's pretty much all he wears is orange and black.
I mean, we're the Harlem Huskies, and he literally has 2 Huskies that he brings into the school at times. I mean, the guy is everything that Harlem is about.
Harlem's like mascot, kind of. Like, he's involved in everything. He's always there.
He made this place like a really good sense of community.
He has given and given to this school, and I can't imagine if we broke his pay down into per hour that he's made more than cents on every hour he's volunteered and contributed and worked here at Harlem.
He's, been such a proponent for all aspects of Harlem, not just as a teacher.
Seeing him not be here or retiring out of here is hard for me in ways that, he belongs here. So maybe he'll be here part-time sweeping the floor at school. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say he'd be, one of the key representatives of Harlem. I mean, if he represented Harlem someplace, you knew Harlem was represented well.
It's been his place, and everybody else comes and goes, but it's always Bill's been here, so.
You can literally say bleeds orange, and he's given everything he has to this community, whether it be in the classroom, athletics, even things outside of the academic realm, and just helping the area grow.
Like, you'll go back and you'll come here with your grandkids and you'll still hear that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the defensive starters for your Harlem Huskies. And linebacker number 3, Mr. Diabamos. At nose tackle number 5.
He will always be the voice of Harlem that we will hear forever.
To Mr. Dredge, I just want to say thank you for being such a great coach and teacher.
Thank you for everything. I don't know if I've ever shown you, and I don't know if I ever can, how much you've really meant to me and what I think you mean to the school.
I don't know what I'll do having no sound coming from your room.
You are quite literally the best teacher I've ever had.
Having you around through my education and through my professional time with you, it's just been a blast.
You obviously made an impact on my life as a young student, and then even when I was older and struggling as a junior in high school, and I want to thank you for that.
It's been great to really get to know you as a player, as a coach, and a friend.
You are always there for me. You inspire me to be better. We talk about leadership a lot in coaching, and we talk about how leaders elevate and empower people to be at their best. And I really feel like whenever I'm around you, I'm my best self.
Good luck. Enjoy your time off.
Thank you for everything that you have done for all of us students.
I just, pray that he lives a long and healthy life, that he can enjoy his time of retirement. He has earned it.
And I hope that he keeps that positive attitude for as many years as the big guy allows him.
I would just want to say that I'm thankful for everything that he's done here, and sad it's coming to an end.
Ever since I met him freshman year, I knew he was like a teacher I could go to with like problems related to school or out of school. And I just wish him the best of luck, and I'm thankful that I had him as both a coach and a teacher. It really helped shape my time at Harlem.
I will be so sad to see you go.
I think you should just come and just walk around the school with your Huskies and just bring us all joy.
I hope you have some restful time and enjoy your time with your wife.
We'll save you a parking spot in the back, okay?
Happy retirement.
Thank you. First off, thanks for the nods in the hall, the smiles when I walk by everybody, the respect that I think we share with each other. I'm humbled by it because, as I've shared, I'm not the smartest teacher in the building. I know that. I know the creativity, the organization that I don't always have, and that the people who work with me sometimes get frustrated for all the right reasons, that I don't have those pieces. But I care, and I think that people appreciate that. I try to listen, and it's just been an unbelievable place to teach and to work. The people have been awesome, and I can always refer to anybody being a friend, and our kids. They'll frustrate the snot out of you, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, our kids are awesome. And I would encourage you all to try to find some way to keep track of the kids that you have, because you'll be blown away at the things that they go on to do. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for everything. It's been awesome.
If he didn't go into education, what profession do you think he'd have?
Motivational speaker.
Start by saying he would not have been a tennis player.
Actor. I think he would be a great radio host.
Professional sports announcer.
A vet tech.
Sports announcer.
Cruise director.
The principal.
The ringmaster in the circus.
Maybe an actor I could see.
Maybe a life coach?
A sports announcer.
Hosting, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something.
Picturing him as a hippie is really easy for me.
Actor.
He'd be a good cheerleader.
Well, I think it's that sports announcing.
I think it would have been a land surveyor.